Boys, we're about to check out Clem versus Dark right here on stream. So, this is the only VOD that I managed to find that is actually full, but it's basically casted over the English cast. So you can hear the game, the English cast, and the casters are casting it. So what I've decided to do is just mute it. There's one game that's in English cast that we can watch, but the rest of it will be muted. So, if you don't know who these players are, shame on you. Alright? Shame on you. So, we're watching Dark. Probably, I don't know if he's the best Korean Zerg or Rogue, but you know, they're the two best Zergs in Korea, for sure. And Clem has been, well, the best foreign Terran, I would say, by far. He's been rinsing Raynor, he's been rinsing Cyril, and he's been rinsing everyone else in Europe as well. So the last time I analyzed a best of 7, well, it was a best of 7, but technically a best of 5 because Clem had a 1-0 lead. It was Clem against Raynor, and that was pretty one-sided. Pretty one-sided. So now we're here to check out how did Dark do versus Clem, if he used different strategies, if Clem used different strategies, and we'll see what happened. This is from TSL, is it TSL7 tournament? Losers bracket, best of 7. So, yeah. Someone said in the chat, Sai said Rogue is probably better, but his game's a resident sleeper. Yeah. Rogue's games are boring, because I feel like when Rogue loses, he gets smashed, but when Rogue wins, he completely obliterates with some nasty like swarm host abuse or like all ins, and his games do tend to be very boring and one-sided. So I definitely agree with that. Like, I think Dark also wins, but Dark's games are just more epic, I guess is the best way to put it. So have you ever considered casting? Well, yeah, but no. Like, I talked about this before while we wait for this to you know, start developing a little bit. I talked about this before. Like, I wouldn't be a good caster, I think. As in, like, for me to go to a tournament and cast. Because for me, it's more like, you know, just chilling and talking about what I'm seeing on the screen and interesting things. Casting, you need to be more like, oh, I wonder if this Reaper will manage to scout the in-base location of the Zerg player. Okay, we do see Overlord moving. Okay, we're back to the Reaper. He's trying to deny creep. Like, I can't do that. You know, it just, you know. I'm more likely to sometimes zone out for like 10 seconds and, you know, maybe like look in what's in production tab, what can happen out of it. And for actual StarCraft 2 casting, unless you're casting like weekly cups, you need to kind of be more hype and you need to be more professional, and you basically have to talk like you're talking to noobs, like gold players, because, sorry, all gold players, because not everyone that watches tournaments is like master and GM. Not necessarily. Well, yeah, pro players cast. Have you ever seen a pro player cast at BlizzCon? No, of course you haven't, because it's, you know, a different kind of environment. Like I said, you can cast online tournaments and you can cast community organized tournaments, but and also when they do cast, it's different. When pro players cast, it's different when they cast at home story, and it's different when one of them goes and casts like somewhere else. Ooh, Nidus. That's a very fast Nidus. Because you gotta be like more proper and professional and stuff like that. So, yeah. Alright, so Dark going for an all-in. Like I said, Dark is a very spicy player. Like, he can play the most macro game ever, but then he can just all-in. The creep spread at this point is fine. I wouldn't necessarily say tips off anything. What Dark might have seen from Clem's games is that he doesn't really go in ever. So one thing that Dark, I'm assuming he probably looked at VODs for Clem, especially because he beat Raynor recently, and Dark obviously knows who Raynor is. Because Clem is kind of newer in the scene. He probably noticed that Clem never goes in with his units. He never takes a risk to YOLO in. So maybe that's why he did a Nidus. That's how usually players think. Like, oh, this guy never runs in with Hellions. I'll just go Nidus. Clem is going now, but yeah, he notices there's no queens, he notices roaches, so he should know that this is Nidus. Nidus Swarm pops, the sound went off, and I mean, this is terrible for Clem. He should never win this. Let's say that. He should never win this. This is... He went 6 Hellions. He has no Hellbats. He has 2 Banshees, which are useless against this because there's an Overseer and 4 Queens. He has plenty of Transfuses. The Roaches are there to kill the Hellions. There is a Marauder, but that's one Marauder. You can see Dark trying to snipe the Marauder because that's his biggest threat. Goes down. Nothing in the bunker. And this is already GG. I mean, yeah. That's why in tournaments, guys, you know, even if you rinse one tournament and you played really well, someone like Dark might look at your games and be like, oh, so you never scout or go in with your Reaper or Hellions. You just kind of poke around the map. All right. That's it. That's all it takes. If you are Clem, you have to do not necessarily something different. You gotta move your units maybe a bit different. Because otherwise, you will become like too predictable. Okay, so now Dark, see, he's switching it up. And this is why I think Clem is extremely good mechanically. I've talked about this last time. But he kind of just brute force on the skill. He doesn't really mind game a lot. Like, I think a player that mind games a lot is special. Clem, I haven't seen too much of that, at least. Like I said, he's very good mechanically, and he just focuses on his micro and macro. Which, there's nothing wrong with it, but if you play against a player that does his research and tries to counter you and tries to, you know, find your weaknesses, then yeah. And already Dark this game is mixing it up. He went pool first. And trust me, I can tell you this from my experience in pro gaming. When you get Nidus game 1 and you lose in 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and then the next game you see Zerg going pool first, you're kind of like, is it gonna be a road rush? Is it gonna be something else? Is it a normal game? Is he doing pull first because he expected a 2 racks? See now how he's more actively scouting? Okay, he should probably go to the other third base soon. Oh, speed finishes, and he might not even be able to get the scout. So this is already bad for Clem, I would say. Clem did not scout the third on the other side, and the third is being planted. So Dark can now put the workers back on gas. He already has 176 gas, by the way. So this could have been a layer right now. Could have been a Roach Warren, could have been another all-in. And what you need to do as Clem, you need to go straight across the map. And this is super risky, by the way, in a way. So this is how TSZ matchup works. If he doesn't go across the map and he stays home, he risks dying to an all-in. But if he goes across and like 6 Zerglings come in your natural, it deny the depot, they kill your mule, and it kind of just sucks. And this is, again, you know, I'm not going to say the game is lost because you lost the Reaper, but this is why Reaper is so important, because this gives you information. Look, he checks the third. Now what he's going to do is he's going to go to the other third, because he needs to know if there's a third. Boom. Look at that. He's going to the third. He just saw the third hatch on the minimap. I don't know if you guys saw. Quick replay. Look. Minimap. Boom. Sees the third. Goes back. He's trying to deny creep here because he knows the creep tumor is going to land down there. So he's trying to peek and see what he can do. See what he can see. But obviously Dark sees them with Overlord. He's very good with his positioning. Clem is doing the same build. Exactly the same build. Which, like I said, you know, Clem is really sick, but the games that I watched against Raynor, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I might be forgetting, but I think he did the same build every game. 6 Hellions. The interesting thing is, again, if I'm not mistaken, he was doing 4 Hellions against Raynor. Okay, he got the queens out of position. Try to snipe those drones. Oh my god, wait, does Dark have no Zerglings? Oh no, he does have them, but I don't know where they are. Maybe they're in the natural, because he has army supply. Nidus again, by the way. Oh, he's gonna scout it. He scouts it. Wow, I can't believe he's noticing again. I mean, he just killed all the Hellions, and Dark is doing like a Queen Zergling Nidus. So no roaches this time. Oh, Spore kind of out of position. And he's doing Nidus with way more economy as well. This is really... Did he not see Nidus? Wait, he didn't see the Nidus. Or did he? He's not moving any units over. Oh, he's just gonna bust the front. I don't know if this is gonna work, to be honest. Like, this just seems like a weird build. I mean, maybe... Oh, it's gonna die. Maybe if he didn't get scouted, maybe it would have worked out really well again. Probably would, because he could have Nidused a while ago in the main. There was no tank, there was only Marines. He could have overwhelmed, most likely, but... Again, this is what I was saying, right? I literally just said this. Clem doesn't go for these kind of YOLO run-bys. This game he did it and scouted the Nidus. Maybe Dark was like, oh, this guy just never does it. I'll just do it twice in a row. From a different opening. So it's basically the reason why he did it from a different opening is because it's like, you're opening differently, but you're doing a same build, which is a Nidus worm all in. So at this point, Dark is just super far behind. You can see the worker count, he's ahead, but that is pretty irrelevant together with mules. The creep spread at this point in the game is pretty shit. He has a lot of queens, which is good for defending. But the creep spread is not that far out. No 4th base started, which Terran is on 3 base mining. This Spore is still out of position. He should really move that. So yeah, Clem is going 1-1 upgrades. His +1 weapons is delayed, so that's a mistake. Clem is doing the same, by the way. Double factory. He's making a second factory. He's getting an armory. And honestly, Dark should probably die to the first push. No banding speed either. I don't know how much Clem will commit to this. He's gonna harass with Nidus. Okay, so it's just pure Marine. He's not sending the tanks over as well. That's a lot of queens though. But the Marines have +1 armor. And they're about to have 1-1. Yeah, this is just... it does not look good. Let's just say that. You should just drop in the main. Oh, but he doesn't know. The main is not connected to the natural with creep either. The thing is, he doesn't need to drop in the main. He just denied the 4th. Look, these benches are going to deny the other 4th. And he's just chilling here with the Marines. He's like, okay, I'll just deny creep. Don't need to necessarily push in. I can just keep denying the 4th. He started his own 4th, which, you know, if you're Zerg, you know the game's not going well when Terran starts his 4th faster than you. No creep spread connecting here, so again, it's just another, you know, another not so great thing about this game. Clem forgetting +2 weapons. There it is. Maybe he didn't forget it. Maybe he just finished. I didn't see. Because the, you know, first +1 was delayed. Creep denied. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hot pickup. I'm not sure what server they're playing on this, by the way. I'm assuming it's NA. So Clem might have some slower reaction times because of the delay. They're both probably playing with around 150 to 200 ping. Double drops both sides. I'm expecting him to just keep doing this until 2-2 finishes and then just go for it and try to finish the game. 2 queens. Trying to focus on the hat trick, not gonna happen though. Yeah, he's just getting rinsed on both sides. Like Dark doesn't have enough units. He doesn't have enough creep spread to juggle his way out of this one like this. So yeah, double factory is ready. I don't know if you got drilling claws yet. He's making more production. 4th base getting saturated. Like I said, Terran should not lose from this point. Like you can see, he's just kind of like pushing, and Dark is not really trying to engage. He's just trying to delay everything. He's just trying to delay pushing. He's trying to buy time for anything, right? For him to max out, because Clem is maxed out, so. Any second it oh, Widow Mines? decent connections. Not great, actually. But with this kind of army that Dark has, this is an army that is like an all-in army. Oh, he still has a drop here. Never mind, the game's done. But with that kind of army, Zergling Baneling, you need to completely dominate your opponent and push through. Because if you don't, if you trade in lower numbers, the Biden mines will win. I mean, should win in the higher numbers as well. So just trading against that is not good for the Zerg, especially because Terran was actually, you know, ahead already in basically everything. Alright, game 3. If you guys have any questions, by the way, regarding the games, regarding the matchup in the chat, feel free to ask. After the game, the Dark said this is a free win map for Terran. Yeah, the previous map is extremely Terran favored, yeah. Versus Protoss and Zerg. The siege tank positioning, the mine positioning, the liberator positioning is really good. Because not only it's all chokes, but there's like walls, and then you can put your tanks on this side and they shell from the other side, and it's really hard to engage Terran on this map. In a way, see, that's one thing about tournaments, right? So, think about it this way. If you're Zerg, right, and previous map was Terran favored. If you all in, right, that's like your best chance, because the longer the game goes, the map is just bad for you at the top level. But because it's such a bad map for the Zerg, the Terran will expect it. So that weakens the all-in itself by a lot. So sometimes, not always, if the map is extremely favored against your opponent's race, it's better to not all in, but do the macro play, because they will expect you to all in. Sometimes just all-inning works, right? Maybe that is your best chance. But sometimes you can surprise your opponent and just play the normal game, and then they're like, oh, you're supposed to all in on this map. Because there were maps in the past where, for example, in TVP, like Protosses would all in on like a certain map, because let's say Void Ray all in is best, right? But then eventually you meet a Protoss that plays macro, and you as a Terran or Zerg, you play worse because you're not used to playing macro on that map against Protoss, because, you know, you face all-ins. And now this guy's doing another way of cheesing, which is playing macro on a, you know, map where most people all in. So sometimes TLDR, sometimes all-inning is the best solution on a bad map for your race. Sometimes it's better to just play normal. Another thing to consider, by the way, in best of 7s, you can't veto a map. So if you're laddering, no Zerg is going to play that map, right? They will practice it in custom games, but they're not going to play it on ladder. So if you're Terran, you actually have no practice against Zerg on that map. Meanwhile, again, even though it's a worse map for Zerg, they have more practice on it than you. So there's a lot of like interesting stuff that happens like that, you know, in the pro scene and in tournaments. Like I used to do, you know, while I was a pro player, I was playing mostly mech. I would be playing 90% of my games mech. And when I would play a tournament against someone that obviously knows I play mech, a lot of people knew I play mech because not many people did, right? So what I would do is I would pick the campiest map first. Let's say TBT, TBZ, doesn't matter. And I would open with mech playstyle, as in 8-10 Hellions with Hellbats, and they would be like, okay, you know, it's mech. But then I would go bio. And I would deny all the scouting, and I would go bio. Because no one would bother scouting, because it's like, it's a mech map, I'm a mech player, you know? And then even though I almost never played bio, I would go bio, and I get an auto win, because the opponent is completely not ready for it. So, anyway, rent over. Alright, rinses some links. That's a really good position. So what he wants to do now is he can go around. So look what both players are doing. So he could just stay here, right? But you don't want to stay there. Why? You want to come on this side and deny the creep. Because the way that Zerg is going to defend this is by going around with the queens and Zerglings. So the Zerg easily is trying to push creeps right towards that side, and the Terran is trying to deny it and delay it. So when hatchery finishes, the Zerg cannot mine. Look, Zerg is spreading creep. Terran's trying to deny. He sees the hatch. See, he's just chilling. He's just gonna try to deny the creep to the back of the base so he can stop it from mining for as long as possible. See that? That's his goal. Like, someone might be like, why is he not killing the bottom creep? That's not his goal, because the fourth base is here, and you always focus on the fourth base. See, he can't mine now. He's going around, but without creep, it becomes a lot more awkward to engage this. He has plenty of Zerglings. He's gonna decide to go for the bottom base, or bottom creep, I guess. You still want to clear the creep on the middle of the map. Like, you don't want to just leave it, you know, on the map. Scan. And again, Clem is going for the exactly same build. Like, nothing... Did he... I actually... because I was ranting, I didn't keep track how many Hellions he made this game. That's it. That was a good scan, though. He got so many creep tumors there. Bailing speed, almost done. Clem's too late a little bit. Sniping some Banes. Okay. I like it. Oh, he's bringing his army to the top. So the reason he's bringing the army to the top is this is something I always, when I used to coach people, I always told them this. A lot of lower level players make the mistake of attacking the Zerg's third or the natural while the Zerg has 4 bases. If you attack into the natural, what are you gaining, right? You're not going to kill the natural hatchery. That's basically like you're going for the kill. Also, if you go for the natural, you're surrounded by the natural third and fourth, so when the reinforcements come, you're going to get automatically surrounded. Like, the Zerg doesn't need to micro, they just rally in and the units are going to be spread. So you always go for the fourth when you play TVZ or any other matchup. TVT has some exceptions, but you usually go for the last base. And last base, in TVZ, 99.9% of the time will have the least creep spread. So this is why he's going here. There's no creep spread. And this is free engagement for him. This is why he's bringing the siege tanks. He can put the siege tanks on top if he wants to, with the mines to the side, and deny the gold. And if he denies the gold, he is winning because his fourth is halfway done. Meanwhile, on the bottom, he'll probably keep that army. Maybe he's going to do a drop in the main. Maybe he's going to deny the creep into the natural. But he won't commit to going there. See? At the same time. Bailing speed is super close. I don't like his siege tank positioning, though. He is like... He's about to get sandwiched. Oh, wait. Oh, is he just gonna counterattack? Oof. I like that. That's a massive fucking army. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's just gonna counterattack. And this is where really chaotic players thrive in these kinds of situations, because this is extremely chaotic right now. If Clem doesn't do damage, but takes damage, he's pretty far behind, unless Dark just trades extremely poorly. So there's a counterattack going to the right into the natural, which I think there's enough units, and he's retreating with his main army. Okay, nice spreads. The SCV's 5, 6. He's taking a lot of damage. Now, if he still doesn't lose... Oh, he's taking a lot of damage. So, in a way, this is an all-in. And I'll explain why. He needs to counterattack now. Like, at this point, both Zerg and Terran know that this game ain't going for much longer, Chief. He needs to counterattack instantly. He lost 31 SCVs, and they should both know this. So if you look at the army supply, the reason why I say it's all in is because, well, you killed a lot of workers and that's great, but you have no units now. So if Clem just pushes now and doesn't fall apart microing the units, he will win. If Dark defends or gets a good baiting hit, he wins. And that's the end of the game. This is one of those moments where you try like to, you know, hype up the situation. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, he forgot his tanks. And his mariners are super overstimulated. He gets a good... Oh, he got a good shot there on the banelings with the Widow Mine. Yeah, he's not getting the trades he wants. And because his 2-2 was a bit late, Dark now has 2-2, so his marines are not going to be trading well at all. This is not good. That was really good splits against Widow Mines. He didn't lose like almost anything there. He's trying to hold the ramp because it's a choke point, but he's gonna have a hard time trading there. More SCVs dying. Like, he's gonna lose this base, but that's his 5th base. Like, who cares, you know? Yeah, he's gonna lose more SCVs. Not looking good, Chief. And the army supply for the Zerg is catching up because his economy is just fine. And if you just buy enough time as a Zerg, your economy will win. Again, look. This is why Dark is one of the best players, right? Look what happens. He lost the 5th. Obviously, you lose that one, right? You don't bother defending it. You don't need 5 bases. But he's losing the 4th, or he's losing the mining on 4th, and a bad Zerg player, or at least a worse Zerg player than Dark, would be like, oh, I need to defend the 4th. What Dark does is he just says, I'm going to counterattack again. Because why would he defend it? The Terran has no economy. And he knows this. Like, the Terran has no SCVs. Just kill him. You know? Like, don't let the game go longer. The only thing I don't like is the lack of overseers. Because these mines, while they're getting really bad connections, because Dark is, like, splitting the units really well, they are there and he's not killing them. So I'm not a big fan of that. Oh. Marines go burr. Like, if he cleaned all these Widow Mines, the game's done. But he actually has a scary amount of Widow Mines now. Up. And he's still ahead in the army. It's such a shame that Clem forgot these siege tanks, by the way. They were here the whole time. Imagine if you had 3 tanks defending, or 3 tanks attacking with him. I don't like the fact that Dark is over committing at this point. Like, I like the counterattacks, but the army he just lost, again, would be great if he killed the mines. But he lost the units, and he killed 3 depots and some mariners. He's checking, he's like, okay, Terran's on 2 base. Still good for me. This is still a big Terran army, and Clem caught up in upgrades now, right? So now he's not trading worse anymore with his units. So now it's kind of equal playing field, even though he's still very, very far behind on the economy. Oof. He has so many Widow Mines. Dark actually might lose this. I think the counterattacking was more than fine. It's... Oof. Oof. Counterattacking is, I think, went more than fine. It's just the fact that he never killed the mines. He's targeting the banelings with the siege tanks. Again, Clem is really good micro. So does Dark, by the way. Like, he's splitting against mines, like, super well. And so far, he didn't really get any big connections on his army with the mines. The problem is, eventually one's gonna hit him, and it's gonna cost him the game. Yeah, you don't want to engage there. Yeah, and this is where the losing starts. And at this point, there's so many Widow Mines defensively. Look, do you see how he's sending links? Look at that. Those links are shift queued from his army. You can see 3, 1, 1, 1. That's because he's trying to shift queue them to counterattack, but not also die to the Widow Mine shot. So they're soaking up the Widow Mine shots at the same time. See that? With only 6 links, he killed 2 SCVs and stopped the mining. That's great value. Plus 3 Zerg is about to pop off. It is. He has no adrenal glands, I think. He's counterattacking again. Oh, and this is what I'm talking about. Eventually they're gonna hit, and all of them hit pretty well. And he's still not killing Widow Mines. Oh, that was another... Look at that shot on the right from the CC. There's, like, I don't... Oh, there's an Overseer, but he just died. So, yeah. I wish they can show the Widow Mine count. He went for Vipers, which it's fine. I know, I mean, he went Vipers for Blinding Cloud. I don't know if you guys know what happens, but if your Marines are in Blinding Cloud, or any range unit, and you auto-attack to the opponent, because they don't have range, they will actually run into the enemy. So, it's basically a good way to make the Marines kill themselves. In-game, of course. Oof. Oh, that Widow Mine. Oh my god, look at that last Widow Mine on the Terran army. Look at that. Woo. Clear the mines. He's going for the gold. So Clem feels like he's maybe behind, or maybe he just feels like, fudge it, I'll just take the gold base. He goes for that. That is his orbital from the main base. So Clem is, you know, still on 3 base. And he's using mules because he cannot afford to save them for scans. He needs all the economy he can get. Like, if he did this 5 minutes earlier, he would have won this game like 5 times. I don't know if he was like too confident, because Dark is the player that will do that. Like, way too overconfident and just kind of throw the game by doing that. Like, just send an Overseer with like 10 links here and you kill 3 Widow Mines for free. But he's just not. I wish there was a chart to see how many units the Widow Mines have killed. This is a very low eco game? Yeah. I mean, 56 drones for Zerg is bad. Bad. Oh, he's cleaning mines now. Oof. Yeah. Look, he sees the Widow Mine and then potatoes the splits. Banelings? Yep. Morphing 3 Banes there. Look, that one, you can see, that one Widow Mine is 24 kills. Okay, are these Banes gonna do anything? No. Ooh, gets a little surround. Okay, kills the medevacs. Nice little pick off. Ultra's catching Clem by surprise. A lot of links did there. Yoink. No? Okay. He's just going for it. He's finding them. Oh. And the mines are getting good connections. Oh. The surround, baby. Still wins. Like, yeah, I was kind of steering there for a second because I thought he's gonna lose the game. Because he was so far ahead, and the only thing he needed to do is to just clear the damn mines. And the moment he started going for the mines, he won the game. Alright, let's see the next game. Let me speed through a little bit. Hatch first. I mean, I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait, Clem is getting a second gas fast. Okay, so Clem is doing something differently. Because usually he was going for no second gas into fast third, but this time he's grabbing the second gas before the third. So, maybe a battlecruiser opening? Yeah, insta starport, no third. So he's going for something more aggressive. Maybe this is going to be Hellbats. Or maybe it's just going to be Banshees with Hellbats. I don't know. But if you take the second gas before the third, you're doing something aggressive, because why would you delay your third CC if your whole plan is to go third CC? Ooh, Marauder, Hellion, Medevac push with Hellbats. That's what's happening. Alright. He went in, but he doesn't know Pepe left. He needs to hide that Marauder. He needs to hide that Marauder right now. Okay, he starts upgrading. Okay, Clem might think... So see, Clem send Marauder up. So Clem, sorry, not Clem. Dark might think that this is just 1-1-1 again, because he doesn't know when the second gas was taken. He might think there's a third CC there. See, this is a good switch up. Viking, because you're opening the same way every game. Look, Medevac, Armory. Can we get an Armory? More Hellions. Oh, he's supply blocked. Oof. Oof, that's not good. Yeah, he is supply blocked. He can't. He's only making one Hellion. There's the Armory. Marauder Concussive Shell finished. Okay. Is he gonna go for Banshee after though? I wonder. Viking is going to the left side, so he might be trying to hunt Overlords, or he's probably going to land it with the army. See how he's moving these units the exactly same way, right? He's trying to deny creep. He's like, oh, nothing's going on here, you know? I'm just chilling. And then Medevacs, boom, boom, boom. You put one Marauder on each queen. Do you see that? Look at this. He put one Marauder on each queen to slow all three queens down, and then one managed to run away because one of the Marauders got stuck. See that? All three queens slow, and then the middle one manages to escape. He's trying to slow two. He missed the grenade, okay. Oh, you go for the queens here, I think. He's splitting up his army, I don't know about that. Oh, is he paying attention? Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, that was actually bad. Where's he looking? That was not good by Dark. He should have just blown up these three Hellbats. But he kind of greeted out, and then went back, and then went back again. Huh. Yeah, this is just gonna be a win. I mean, maybe he doesn't kill him now. Yeah, he's dead. There's another queen actually, maybe not. Like, this is the thing. If you play the same build and then you mix it up, this is what happens. Like, Dark is completely caught off guard by this. And this is a shit ton of damage already, by the way. Like, he killed all the queens. He killed 8 drones. Does Dark even have Evo Chambers or Lair? I'm not sure. Nope, he's just starting Evo Chambers now, and he's grabbing double hatchery because his injects were all late because his queens were dead. So he's starting double hatchery, he's starting an extra hatch to make up for the less injects. Stim's already done. Bane speed, I don't know if he has Lair, because they're not showing the main base. But this is not good for the Zerg boys. Like, the supplies looking equal, the, you know, maybe the creep spread's looking nice, workers are looking good, but this ain't good, Chief. This was really, really good for Clem. He's already up to 5 barrier. Okay, he does have Lair. There's the Hydra then. I wonder if he's going to go for Lurkers, or if he's just going to do Hydras. Clem is already pushing again. Good splits. All the Banes died to Hellbats. Creep non-existent, but he needs to check the bottom right. He might be thinking that this is where Dark is trying to expand. That's a Widowmine drop, if I'm not mistaken, going to the right side. He should really check the bottom right though. 1-1 is done. Like, this is when he should start trading, by the way. Right here. because he's pretty good advantage. Like 1-1 versus 0-0 is gigantic in TVZ. Where's the medevac? Oh, there's one. Boop. Alright. Widowmine harass, always annoying. It actually didn't used to be a thing for a long time in StarCraft. It kind of became popular like towards mid to late Legacy. I don't know why, but it's super hard for Zerg to... Not super hard, it's annoying, right? Creep spread is oof. Clem is making siege tanks because he saw Hydras. I feel like he's much more careful against Dark than he was against Raynor. I feel like versus Raynor he was kind of just brute forcing, but against Dark, I feel like he's giving him like more respect and just kind of playing it a bit more safe. Ooh. Ooh, that was not a good fight. Sniping the Banes, that was good snipes. Alright, siege tank arriving. I mean, now he knows where the base is and now he's focusing on that. Scan. Like, this is actually a super annoying area for Zerg to deal with, by the way. Because you can put the siege tanks right here, right? To the ledges and then drop here and the tank will shoot at the units trying to help the fort base and going up the ramp and stuff like that. Not to mention you don't have vision up the ramp, so you need an overseer, and then overseer dies, you lose vision, and then you can't see where the widow mines are, and yeah. +2/+2 is done, so there's the dark counterattack. Oof! 25 kills right there. Boom. Right in the nose, baby. Clem is like, you cheeky mother trucker. I remember what you did last game. It's called adapting, boys. Alright, I'm gonna be rinsing these queens. Again, I'm surprised he's not trying to push harder. Oh, that's a good rally point. He's trading so well here, because this is like half of his army. And Dark just potatoed all his Zerglings there. I think he shift commanded them into the natural, and they got stuck on the Terran units. Yeah, he's just clicking Lings and Banelings, and they're just running into the Terran units. This trade that he just had here, it was like insanely well done. GG. Yeah, that's what happens when you switch your strategy while opening the same way. Big brain. That's how you win tournaments. Now, this game was actually uploaded on YouTube and it's in English cast, so you guys will get to hear the game. At least for at least one game. You'll hear me and the cast and in-game sound. I actually wonder if they're gonna release replays. They probably will, but these games were recently played, so maybe that's why they're not fully uploaded and stuff.
Zerglings on the side of Dark, not 4. As Dark is going for the triangle setup. This used to be the gold standard. For a lot of Korean Zergs it still is, as Clem wants that creep to and doesn't quite get it.
You know, I find it really weird he's putting his spawning pool like this, the way he is.
Yeah,
he's putting his spawning pool like super open to the left from where the drop is supposed to come. He did that on previous maps as well. I know why he's doing it. He's doing it so if a drop comes, he can see it. But at the same time, later in the game, if a double medevac drop comes, it will basically rinse through the spawning pool in a matter of seconds. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's benefits to it, but there's also downsides to it. Okay, he's back to the triple CC. That's funny. He won one game by mixing it up, and he's back to it. I think Clem is, like I said, he's the best for Terran, for sure. I just think that he needs to mix it up more against, like, Koreans. Because at this point, he is beating Cyril and Raynor with just kind of mechanics. But Dark is maybe not a better player than Raynor and Cyril in the terms of skill, but in experience he is much better. Best Terran foreigner, but only has 2 strategies. I mean, the thing is, best Terrans in the world often have no fucking strategies. Remember Innovation? He literally did the same thing every game, and he was the best Terran for like 3 years. Like, that's the thing. Terran can be played 2 ways. You can play it messy and harass with multiple build orders, or you can just go pure mechanics and do 1 build. Obviously, in best of 7s, that's a little bit of a you know. Okay, sorry, I completely missed what was happening here. Oh, he is giga stacking links. 33 workers. This is just gonna be a link flood. And again, this build that he's doing is, most pro players are gonna be like, what is this shit, right? Like, he's literally just massing Zerglings. He's not even trying to Banely bust, and he's doing it over 33 workers with +1 weapons. Like, it's a weird build. Let's just say that, maybe someone has done it before, but it's a weird build. Oh, he's trying to get in. Oh, he's getting in! Nope. Oof, that was not good for Dark. 8 workers? Yeah, 8 workers is not enough. 24 Zerglings more. Oh, he cancels the bunker. I guess his medevacs are coming out and his stim is finishing. See, in this kind of situation, when I play my games, right now, I never know if I should push or not. Because I feel like it's such a big gamble. If you push, and then the Zerg counterattacks like he's about to, then you lose all the SVs on the natural. If you don't push, because you don't know if the Zerg made more links or he made more drones. So if you actually push now, and Zerg counterattacks, you're fucked, right? But if you don't push, and Zerg mass drone, you're also fucked. So he's gonna go for the drop. He's gonna see the medevac. There's a Zergling on the middle. Oh, but did he see them? Oh, he saw it.
Now I think just saw them, but Clem could potentially do a lot of damage still moving forward.
Yeah, fresh mule. We take that.
Back over on the natural expansion, attack sieging up a couple of Hellions. These links force a lift versus.
Not a big. Kill the 2 SCVs, I think. 1 SCV and a mule.
Maybe not now.
Dark said his goal was to take away Clem's momentum. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's a lot of mind games and reasons why people do stuff. Like, maybe Clem is just like not feeling confident, at this point. Like kind of like, what the hell is this? Because I doubt Clem played against this too many times in his life. And if you put someone in a situation they haven't been before, and Dark probably has done this build before, then from experience point of view, Dark is in a better position. Even though if you look at workers, not too great, right? He should have way more workers. The only thing that he does have going for him is +1 weapons with Zerglings. But Clem will catch up because he's getting 1-1. And he's getting siege tanks, which I find interesting because he knows this is a super Ling-oriented play. Maybe he's getting siege tanks for defense. I'm not really sure why he's getting siege tanks. Maybe he's just gonna get another one and then go mines. But yeah, +2 weapons as well. Bane speed, and we'll see if he's just gonna stay on Ling Bane. It's actually really fascinating to me when I play Zerg. I'm pretty shit with Zerg. It's so hard to play pure Ling Bane, I feel like. Because your macro needs to be so on point, and if you take a bad engagement, you legit just lose the game. And I know that's true for a lot of unit comps, but
that's going to be your 5th. I guess it will help if Clem can push back the creep a little bit at the bottom side. So that's going to keep Dark more in the dark, no pun intended.
Yep, in the top right, that
He needs to get drilling claws and then swap the factory so he can go quad widow mine. He already made a second factory.
That's nice from Doc, for sure. Yeah, I
I
guess
really like this move though. I really like it. Like he just got 7 or 8 crypto was pushed all the way back.
God,
It's gonna make it so much harder.
look at that. Like he's just killing lings like everywhere.
Now, we do see the
You know,
Hydra then
5
on
links
the
here,
dark,
10
on the
links
side
there.
of dark. Last game we obviously saw Hydra then too. That wasn't
Yep.
Yeah, this is not a good map. Or not a
Coming across from Clem, so
good position for Dark.
Push. He wants to try and deny the 5th base. Big counterattack.
He's gonna counterattack
He
again.
knows that he's not looking to take straight up fights here, so he
That's
will
funny.
not. His slings and baits
Maybe that's why I lose with my Zerg Baneling when I play it. Because I don't do the counterattacks.
Go down. Clem, how well does he deal with the counterattack across the map? Baines goes through the Widow Mines, all trying to burrow, but they're not going to be in time.
Oh,
So Clem doesn't have much defense at all. Those Lings will start to deal some damage, but Clem
this is like bad position. He's about to lose SCVs on the natural, potential SCVs on the third. And if that happens, Dark can sacrifice the fourth and just stay on 3
but
bases.
he's gonna be forced to step
Oh,
up.
that Widow Mine killing Marines as well. Oh, he's not paying attention. The medevacs are out of position, and he gets completely rinsed because he is distracted on the natural. Like this game went from being not great for Dark
now Clem can't
to now he's in a very, very, very playable position.
That's stellar for Dark. That's exactly
No
what
fourth
he's
base.
happened.
Oh no, he has a
Clem
fourth
does
base.
have
He's
a
flying
fourth
over
base,
for Clem.
He is rebuilding SCVs fairly quickly,
Like
but
he's behind on 24 workers lost. He's behind on workers. He's going Widow Mines, and probably because throughout the series Dark realized he's very heavy on the Widow Mines, he started doing Hydras. And because he's doing Hydras, Clem's doing tanks.
Sieging up in the bottom side. Dark is gonna take care of it, but we'll lose a center of the map.
Not a lot of Banes actually, like 3 Banes only.
Yeah, we don't mind setting up. First couple connections, bit of a mix, one good, one bad. Clem just obviously can't go attack and straight
Yeah, Dark is just trying to power up.
Just went down 20.
Oof.
Now gone down. Those Widow Mine drops.
Oh my god.
Big
I think he
Widow
probably
goes to the bottom
moved
side, and now
the
Dark
workers.
needs a good
Oh! Oh my god!
Widow goes to the bottom.
Dude, this is why I don't play with Widow Mines. This is the exact reason why I despise Widow Mines. Look at this.
Bottom side, and now Dark obviously knows that he needs a good fight. Those Widowman shots have been good too.
Bruh.
Some friendly fire, quite a few Marines going down too. The Hydras are so slow, Marty. It's the most painful thing. Slow Hydras off creep.
That's why I don't do Widow Mines. Siege tanks also kill my units, but not as bad as this.
Rolling along. Yeah, his favor a little bit, right?
Alright.
Numbers get a little-
Creep spread is very bad, I'll say that.
I mean, it's a fine balance, right?
Not sure if the creep spread is better or Clem is like really good at denying it or both, but
Saturated ahead of time.
he doesn't have a lot of movement. You can see every base he tries to take gets denied because there's not enough creep
Full base, and
to cover it. I'm surprised he didn't kill those rocks.
really anywhere else. Like if he takes a 5th match, he doesn't have.
See, he
to
takes that,
goal.
gets denied. Yeah, Dark is like on, even though the game is equal, he is just trying to survive and get another base. Like that's his main goal. You can see he's not even counterattacking. He just doesn't want to lose the game right now. He's protecting his 5th because he knows that's the next attack point, which it is because the army's coming. Again, you always attack the last base in TUC because there's no creep spread there.
Yep.
And that's why Dark is trying to push creep spread there so badly.
It's gonna be seen now. Look at Dan. About halfway done at the moment here from Dark. So, and we'll take a while to get.
Ghost
there.
starting?
We'll do before then. I mean, the thing is,
Clem is pretty ahead in tech though.
Too many ghosts before the Lurkers are ready because Lingbane Hydra's actually pretty good
Because
with ghosts. But to have a few ready and then the
he has
stack
3-3,
up to higher
and not only has 3-3, but he is already making ghosts. I don't know if he scouted the Lurker then, or he is preemptively making ghosts against Blue Lords, Ultras, or Lurkers. But he's basically countering something that's not even made yet. Which, you know, if you're Dark, that's, that ain't good for you, bud. Oh, I'm steering. Oh, he gets caught unsieged. Nah. Oh, he's gonna lose the ghost? No, he picks him up.
Yeah, a couple Widow Mines at the back.
He keeps rolling. He dropped his units, but Dark just keeps going.
Widow mines up this ramp. Clem's having to go all the way back to the main base at this point. Ghosts are starting to fall as well, and Dark gets Lurkers on top of Clem's fourth base. How did this?
That's all it takes, baby. You don't pay attention for 1 second, your army's too far forward, and you get rinsed. In literally 1 second. By the way, Dark doesn't have Hive. Dark doesn't have 3-3, not even started. No Hive. No Lurker Hive upgrades. No Spire, no Greater Spire. And Terran is 3-3.
Wow, what a moment from Dark. I gotta say, the only thing to really mention there is that maybe Dark. No way! Oh no.
Sorry, mate, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna.
Oh no, he has Hive. Sorry, my bad. He's making a
He
Viper.
lost a lot at the very end there, just as Clem finally stabilized a little bit, and that keeps Clem.
I mean, that's kind of a... I mean, he lost the base as well. He lost like 4 ghosts. I think it was 3 or 4 ghosts. He lost his whole army. And now he lost the momentum. Because again, this is one of those where...
Well, it was a good fight from Dark.
If you're Dark, you're unsure, maybe unsure how far behind you were. And if you're Clem, maybe you won't be as aggressive because you might think you're too far behind now. So Clem right now, what I think he will do is slow down the game and just try to get more ghosts, maybe even get some liberators. And just try to stabilize. Because he obviously knows that that fight was not good for him at all.
Finally scans. Well, yeah, that was a little bit problematic.
Alright, now the next time we're going to see Lurkers, obviously they're going to be a bit better because they're going to have their...
Yeah, he's upgrading Lurkers, getting more Lurkers. Lurker Viper is really, really good, by the way. I love how he's just putting them everywhere.
The game and being able to even get on top of a planetary, right? I can't even remember the last time.
He should know that Terran will not be running off of like billion CCs, but Clem actually, I just saw it, started upgrading 2 orbitals. Because he needs more scans against this.
Stage, and I think that's why Clem was kind of like, yeah, I can kind of be here too. You can see Dark launching an attack now. Both players are kind of maxing out, right? So this is where these ghosts become valuable. I love it. You just snipe down a couple of overseers. That actually goes a long way.
I like the fact that he's just putting Lurkers everywhere. He's just forcing scans.
Maybe get a few SCVs. He's going to hit the Sensor Tower SCV, and Clem is going to get this cleaned up without too many further issues.
Because even though this might be seen as like, oh, it's not true. Oh, that wouldn't mind.
Well, look at all the goals, by the way. I mean, that's a crap ton of goals. That's a really good win indeed, but the goals are maybe going to get surrounded by these links. No, not quite. No. Clem actually does a really good job.
Oh, that was not a good fight. That was a terrible fight for Dark. Holy fuck. That was not a good fight.
That was so much for Dark. I mean, the Widowmine hit the Banes, and then the Lings just didn't get Lurker support because Clem was able to stabilize low ground.
Like, look at the Banelings here. Look at the Banelings in the back. The Lurkers are extremely far behind. They're not able to catch up with the Zerglings.
No.
And the Zerglings just get kited.
Low ground. He knows it as well. He is moving forward. Again, I'm still a bit worried about just the ghost though, right? Because it's Lingbane Hydra build, and I know there's some Lurkers. It just feels like you need to make sure those ghosts aren't going to get overwhelmed, because that can be a very quick way to take a lot of.
He has really good. He has really good timing with counterattacking. Oh. Oh my God, dude! This is why I don't make Widowmines, boys. Look at this Widowmine. Look at this Widowmine right here, and look at the workers count on the left. Oh, it was the Widowmine under. He just killed fucking 12 SCVs.
And actually, at the same time, Clem did not manage to take out the hatchery in the top right side. So it felt like the strong army of
Dark is like super good at just playing Scrappy. You should counterattack this right now.
I'm really worried about the fact that Clem has seemingly just orbitals everywhere, right? He's just like dropping down his replacement CCs, because then it means you don't even need that much to get harassment off, because you don't have like a planetary that can just fight back.
He keeps losing planetaries and he keeps replacing it with CCs, and the counterattacks are just better and better. Like, the only secure base is the bottom left one. You should just counterattack these two though, one in the middle and one on the left side. Oof, I don't know about this. Oof, I don't know about this. Alright. Well, he's getting it. He's getting it for sure. I didn't see there's Lurkers as well. Yep. Even without lurkers, he got it. Look, counterattacks everywhere. Oh my god. He did that while defending the top side, killing the base on the bottom and killing workers in the middle. He's pretty good. Do you think he should make planetary fortress in the middle? He should, but he's getting pressured everywhere. And you know what the problem is? He keeps losing orbitals, and he needs to replace them with orbitals because he needs fucking. Oh,
Clem's economy is really just low.
He needs orbitals for lurkers, and that's why what Dark is doing, he's just killing orbitals basically and burrowing lurkers everywhere to be annoying with them. And he's not trying to be like make a play with like stop attack, you know, spamming or putting them on hold and then attacking. He's just letting them shoot freely because he'd force the scan out of the Terran. Look at the mining, it's completely done.
Maybe that's the way you can get rid of 16 goals. Oh my goodness, if that's
that's a lot of. Oh god. Oh god.
Whoa. The ban lands, it's gonna happen! I mean, I just never, right? Like, there was so many Balins, he walked right.
That is what we call game over. Not the most effective. I mean, he killed like what, 8 Banelings for 4 ghosts. It's pretty good, and some Marines, I think. Oh, wait, do we have the last game here, or the whatever the remaining games here as well? I think Dark like super outplayed Clem here. He's just cleaning up everywhere at this point. It's super scrappy game though, super scrappy. Like there's all these counter attacks and small attacks everywhere. Like look at this. He's multitasking. It's like so good. Even though it is shift clicking, but still. If he's out of scans, why doesn't he make Ravens? I mean, that's a question people always ask. Like, the reason why people don't make Ravens is because they're not very reliable. They will often run in front of your army and just die to Hydras. Number 2 is you would need to make an extra starport just for Ravens. And you cannot have a Raven in each one of your bases and each one of your harassment units and with your army. So like look at this map. He would need a Raven in top right, he would need a Raven on the middle, Raven to defend, and Raven to push the bottom side. That's not realistic.
Now we have an attack on the left hand side. Lings just went for a massive
Oh, he just...
I'm not sure if that was fully intentional or not, don't think so.
And also, like, when people talk about Ravens, and I don't mean this is like something to offend people, but people that just not ask, but say like, oh, just get Ravens. You're playing against like gold players, and you're clicking with your mouse like, oh, I'm sending a Raven there. These guys are playing at like 400 to 600 APM. They don't have time to fucking make like Ravens and run them around. Like the scan is much faster. Their APM is much better used somewhere else rather than dragging in and carrying the Raven over. Because if he was just bringing a Raven with the main army, sure, yeah, he can just bring a Raven. But the fact is, he needs Ravens everywhere, right? And also, scans give you vision of where the army is, right? To see the whole army, and Ravens don't do that. So you're gonna end up scanning anyway. What about the mule, less economy? Well, he is not having issues right now because of economy.
It's definitely an issue, right? The dog's already...
And also, if you say like he'll have less economy, or he'll have more economy, I guess, he's also gonna have less units because he's producing Ravens. Oh yeah, not to mention, yeah, if the Zerg goes Vipers, he just fucking yoinks the Ravens, and what then? You just wasted 100 minerals and 200 gas.
This makes it so awkward now. Dark wants to get the 2-for-1 special.
That's it. The orbital command, the CC is ready to plant again. Yeah, look at these lurkers. They might seem super useless because they're not killing shit, but they waste a lot of scans from the Terran. Alright, this game is over, boys. Like, Raven is one of those things that sounds like great in theory, that every army should have one. in reality,
10-11 minute mark.
it doesn't work like that.
That's usually what we
Because
I mean,
you have to understand, Terran has to microbio, and yet they have to plant widow mines, do siege things, and liberators, right? A Raven is another thing they're gonna need to micro. And if they do that, then their microing marines or siege things or widow mines drops off. And that value that they lose is not worth just doing a scan.
Gonna get a couple of aliens out, and he gets the starport too.
What about missile turrets? Well, you can't make missile turrets while pushing, and also missile turrets have like 0 health. They'll die to 3 banelings.
there was a time when I just built 10 seconds later.
Alright, triple CC. Again, Clem's doing the same build. 6 games now, he did the same build 5 times.
So, yeah, and throwing that, you kind of just lose yourself in it.
Blackburn and Romanticide, I think in particular.
And he gets scouted, so Dark knows exactly what he's doing.
Still has his cool moments.
A Roach Warren going up. Okay.
Fantastic games. Speaking of
And if you notice Dark's play, it's
Roaches, this time Dark is also dropping a
it's a lot different.
as Clem is starting Cloak, but actually has a Viking on the way, Wadi. Now sometimes you still go Viking.
He went Nidus first 2 tries, and even those 2 Niduses were not the same build. They were different variations of a Nidus.
Yeah,
Then he went for
because of that road roll.
Zergling Baneling defensively, then he went for mass Zergling thing.
So we get an idea of what Clem wants to get.
And now he's opening with Roaches.
I mean, that's just what you want to see. If you want to see a long
Which he might go into Zerg Bane, but, you know, it's the small
It's
things.
going to keep Clem safe enough that he's not going to fall down dead. But if Dark sees advantage,
Anti-armor missile can be nice.
smack her out of any
Well, yeah, but at this level, people are not just gonna... Like, it is nice if it lands, but at this level, players are not just gonna sit there while the missile hits them. They're gonna split like 80% of the time, or maybe even 90% of the time, and the missile won't do shit. Not to mention, again, Viper is just gonna yoink the Raven and kill it.
You're doing that kind of stuff too? Didn't know. I thought you were a triple CC kind of guy.
Oh, he's doing like a fake push.
Desperate times call for desperate.
He's gonna make him panic a little bit, maybe. Oh, he's running into a Marauder now.
You can see that both
Yeah, this
players
won't do shit.
may be a bit worried about things that are not happening.
This is a little poke. You try to make him freak out, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's very safe, but Clem just can't afford not to, right? It's, you know, tournament life on the line.
he did make a Marauder and he did make a bunker, so I don't know. Maybe he succeeded, but not really, right?
Roaches for free, so it's all good as now he gets his Hellions across the map, and he will have an additional Banshee join with Stim on the way.
Is this
Dog
8
just on the
Hellions?
Double Evo chambers. I mean, he really went roach
5?
speed early. Like,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
8.
what the- You know, that was what the lab was for. That roach speed will be done way before any upgrades or anything. So we'll see how else he tries to use this.
So he's going for Roach playstyle now. Now, I don't know if he's gonna move into Lurkers, or he's gonna go into Infestors,
That's for sure.
or he's just gonna go pure Roach Ravager.
Most definitely as our Banshees make their way down the south. 1-1 upgrades on the way.
1-1 for melee, okay. So it's not gonna be Roach Ravager.
It's gonna be some Ling Ravager Bane then?
Yeah, kind of like the roach, just like roach opening.
Yeah, Infestation Bane and Baneling Nest. So this might be a Hive Rush. Oh god, no spores. Greeting out on spores, ends up losing 8 workers. Oh god, and he's not following. Oh god. The Overseer is AFK.
He's trying to run his Hellions away.
Yep, he was microing the Hellions, he was trying to prevent that hatchery from going down, wasn't quite there, but eventually still
Oh,
making it
this
to
is
the main
painful.
base. And well, the Queens is still a bit out of position. Wow, 13 drones, Wadi, that's
That is insane amounts of drones, by the way, this level.
Find some counter damage. A couple of Zerglings gets in there right before that depot goes down. Let's see if Clem is paying attention. I feel like a little bit late.
Clem.
Yeah, doesn't lose too many. 6 it is, or 5.
Nice for Dark though to get back a little bit of damage after taking so many shots. I mean, last time we talked about 12 or 13 drones down to Banshees. That was the first
That's a
one
lot
that
of damage he
special,
took.
right? And it was a, you know, a case
He's
of,
still ahead,
oh, no, Cyril's in
but-
real trouble here.
Or ahead on workers
Yeah,
at least.
generally that man
But, yeah.
One Banshee left coming in now, and they get-
Wait, did Dark cancel his Infestation Pit?
just get a couple more
Why is he making another one?
Ravager Bane.
Oh god, I know what
Kinda
happened.
like a roach, just like
Oh, you see that? That never got placed. Look at the production tab.
roach opening to the switch. Ooh.
The drone got blocked and Infestation Pit never got placed.
Infestation
See that?
Okay, Infestation Pit got blocked as these
Oh, I even said it. I didn't hear it earlier.
package after-
Ah, that sucks. So now he realizes he's making it again.
You haven't seen much of it today?
Would you prefer skill over strategy in RTS games? I think strategy...
Ain't done yet.
I think strategy should be more important than it is in StarCraft 2. Let's just say that. And like the moves you do should be more important than how you execute the micro. Does that make sense? I do think StarCraft 2 over the years has gotten too focused on micro and mechanics. Oh god. Is he have infestors? Oh, is he gonna land some nasty fungals?
Almost energy for fungal. Very important scan there by Clem because now he knows infestors are out.
He knows.
Great information to have here, of course, is Dark gets a couple of Banelings on the Marines on the other side, but given
this is looking good for Clem. Unless he completely potatoes this attack. He has no fourth base.
I mean, a lot of this is just the damage that Banshee does, right? It just makes it so hard for Dark to be prepared for this attack. And then you have to give up your fourth base.
Okay, let's see what happens. Fourth base on the bottom. Creep spread again, denied pretty well. That's one thing that Clem does, I think, really well.
Can't really do much with it. Dark has been supply blocked a few times too. Now obviously he's supply because he lost a few overlords, but
Ghost Academy already.
does help.
Second factory. Fourth base ready. Yeah, this is really good for Clem.
If those links would have been there like a split second earlier, I actually think Dark would have just clicked it down. The Marines wrong. The Marine gun isn't that high.
Oof.
First, can we see a magical fungal maybe from the high ground? Feels like the Marine gun isn't that high. That's not a bad fungal. There's a couple of crossbows will land. Take care of the tank at least.
Yeah, that was a
Oh my god, look at the. Oh god, they're so stacked. Oh yeah, come on! Oh my god.
One more would be amazing, and he hits it.
Oh!
Those fungals have some crazy reach from that high ground, Roddy.
Yes, they do.
Oh my
goes down
god.
Overkill as a tank.
My fungals, yeah.
But during all of it, it's upside whatsoever. He may know that it's
Like Dark's behind in economy, you can see on the income. He's like 500-600 minerals behind.
Maybe there was something that even the Stanlings could have done about it. The Dark is busy keeping the main army of Clem at bay.
No, he needs some creep tumors there.
Sure that turns into a
The
planetary
queens are slow. Oh god, he's ready to intercept. Go, 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 go!
Dark's maxed out, but I feel like his army isn't really going anywhere. Like adrenal glands is coming through, and it feels like
Yeah, Dark is playing on like super low tech. Oh!
And now the Balins are able to connect.
But he's trading so well there.
Some trouble too. Can he land a concussive shells on it? Dark turns around to protect his investor, and he does keep it alive.
187, but I'm with you.
Vipers now as well.
160 supply, and then the army felt more intimidating and bigger. We have 104 Zerglings. A lot of them are here, definitely not all.
It's so weird how.
It's gonna be enough to dive and
Not weird, but
Clem, he finds it.
I feel like other Zerg players go way more Baling heavy, but he goes so Ling heavy with not that many Balings.
Blinding Cloud would actually be nice here. I don't hate a parasitic bomb either.
Oh, the wall working against him. Oof.
Does keep his medevac safe for now.
Like this is such a bad position to fight against Ravagers.
He's gonna lose some production, right? These barracks probably don't survive this. He's gonna drop the depots, almost inviting the units in. He's like, yes, please let me
This
go
is
with you.
so
That's
bad
what
for
he's
Terran.
doing. His SCVs are in trouble too, somehow.
Like imagine if you had an infestor there. He can fungal the units in the choke points. He's not looking to engage, he's just spamming biles. He can kill the CC maybe. Oh, he's gonna back out. Yeah, he's just going Link Bane. Dark's playstyle is actually really interesting, to be honest.
Really kind of working against Clem. And eventually Dark did kind of run out of units, but he has built enough links and Banes behind all of
He's kinda going fast hive, but he's just doing it for upgrades. And even his spellcaster, it's so few. You know, like usually Zergs go like 5, 6, 7 infestors. He just goes 2 infestors. Those biles. Look, two Vipers, nothing major, you know, just kind of trading and taking good fights with his army.
Not gonna have that energy any longer. Maybe should have used something sooner, but now double kill on the siege tanks as those biles drop down. Tank fire covering the
like look, if you look at his army, it's like such a shit army. You know what I mean? Like he shouldn't be winning against siege tank Marine Marauder with this.
This time could maybe fall because that's still so many Ravages. The orbital does live as Clem is quick enough to repair it.
But he's just so active with his units, and
sometimes they're like Dark is like, is this it? And then he's like, no, this is it. And you're like, well,
oh, there's a Reaper.
And then he gets a good fight immediately. But he did lose the one infestor he had. I don't know what the Vipers are up to.
I don't know if he's gonna. If he would lose Ravagers now, I'm not sure if he would remake them or not.
Would have been amazing for Dark to just get one more parasitic bomb off. As a lot of these medevacs are low on HP.
Oh yeah, look at the medevacs. They're like
wants to do with his current economy is to rebuild all these medevacs.
2 yellow, 3 orange, 2 green, 2 red.
Down, picking up a Ravage, I believe. Now the Link Bang gonna come on through here, and he does okay until it gets in range.
Ultralisk Cavern coming up.
Around with the Ultra Cavern coming up, Dark is continuing to progress the Sonic. These medevacs are all low as well, so the split on the Parasite Bomb had to be really good, otherwise you're gonna lose
Biles.
a bunch. And once more, Dark is just so good.
Clem keeps trading, and he keeps losing the tanks when he has 2-3. Like, I think if he stopped for a second and went up to 10 tanks and then did the push, he would have done much better. But he keeps trying to be aggressive with like super low amount of tanks, and he keeps getting rinsed. Like, he just runs in Biles and then leaves.
Clem really wants to get another base. Dark is starting to mine from the bottom right side, and it's not just the base that got cancelled 4 times, it's now actually up and running. Just pop the clock. And it does feel that
Dark doesn't know about the right base.
But being out and about on the
That siege tank positioning should tell him there's a base on the right though, because that siege tank positioning is really weird.
Flying around dropping stuff.
Yeah, see, he instantly checks. Look,
Not playing against Mudas.
look at this tank. Why would you put a tank there? Right? You would put it up there, or you would put it maybe here.
Flying around.
Lily, right? I mean, you got
And then he sends 2 chain rings, and he sees
back the 5th base for so long.
there is a base.
Yeah, it is crazy, right? These are just not the situations where used to kind of casting Clem in. There's now some Biles come through. He's going to launch some snipes. I mean, there's a nice pickup. Clem backs it up a little bit and gets.
I'm just gonna skip through these small skirmishes because I don't want to make this video extremely long. They're just trading back and forth. First run by in a while. He hasn't attempted too many run bys. Precision bomb here. SCVs.
Successful attack by Dark. Gets the base.
You know, the problem with Zerg run bys late game is like, you run by, you kill the planetary, and you lose the units, but you killed Terran's economy. And now, even though he has another CC, he lost his CVs, he's gonna have to remake the planetary, and the Zerg counterattack already paid off. Clem never started 3-3, I'm just realizing that.
I feel like he's so good in realizing when Clem's army is not as mobile as Terran armies can be, and then he immediately takes advantage of it, right? It's like,
I literally just realized that.
Then
No 3-3.
Get good shots off, and the tanks got some really good shots off too, but still plenty of banings left over. This time it's not a planetary fortress anymore, it's just an orbital, and that means the SCVs have nowhere to hide. I gotta say, Clem is doing a good job in making sure he doesn't lose more than he's supposed to, but the planetary fortress...
Like, look, that's such a small amount of units.
Clem, keep it alive. No, the final bane.
That's like, that was like 10-15 Banes and like 4 Ravagers.
Play Zerg, 2 Ravagers are gonna try to get the orbital. They won't succeed in doing so.
Honestly, he leveled up after those first couple of games against.
I feel like Dark is playing Zerg like the way Zerg was supposed to be played. You know? I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this way, but it's like, look, 1 Viper or 2 Vipers in the army. You know, just like, just kind of super scrappy, all over the place, counterattacks. Dark likes Banes. I actually think he makes less Banes than than other Zergs. That was a pretty cool series though. I feel like Dark plays a lot different than Raynor and Cyril do. And maybe that's what caught Clem off guard. But I do think, if I had to pick like one weakness from Clem's play, it is definitely just not mixing it up. I think for a player like Dark that is like, oh, you're doing this, okay, I'll just blind counter it, or I'll just counter it. It's just ain't gonna cut it, brother. Yeah, when your spellcasting is this good, you don't need that many. Yeah, true. Because other Zergs would make like 6-7 Infestors, 5-6 Vipers, right? But he has more actual fighting units instead of that, and his parasitic bombs and fungals are landing like hot potatoes. Who do you think is the best player against Dark? Someone that just, I feel like, I don't know, that's a good question. Like, I feel like Maru is, but both Maru and Dark play very much similar. Like, they're playing different races, but they're playing super close to one another. Let me look at some names here. Like, Maru also has this playstyle, right? Where it's like, he can all in, he can play macro, he can mix it up, he can play mech, but he also plays super, super aggressive. I think someone like Cure would do better, because Cure does play very standard and is mechanically good, but at the same time, Cure, I feel like, has more builds than Clem does. And even someone like Special, I think, would be really good against Dark. The problem is, I think Special mechanically is not as good as Dark. So, hard to say. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little series, best of 7, I don't know what to call it, review, casting, analyzing, I don't even know what it is. If you guys want me to check out some other matchups, because I did two TVZs in a row, and obviously I don't want to do another one, we could do some TVP or TVT or PvP, I don't know. Let me know which matchup specifically you would like to see from any of the tournaments, because there's a bunch of tournaments going on right now, or specific matchups, or if you want to see more content like this in general. But for me, that is it for today, at least. I'll be back tomorrow on both YouTube and Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, slap a like, slap a monitor, slap your mouse, slap your keyboard. If you're Twitch, if you enjoy the content, make sure you do follow. And that's it. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day, great night, great morning, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video, another stream, and another gaming session.